Good morning, this is King's Class, King Richard II, R3370TTS. It's a Hornby locomotive. I've had a crew and coal. In real life, this King's Class locomotive was built on the 30th of June 1930. It was withdrawn the 30th of September 1962 and scrapped on New Year's Eve 1962. The Great Western Railway built 30 of these locomotives and 3 survive today. They did build a larger locomotive, the Great Bear, but they only built one, and apparently it wasn't that good. But this was the largest serving locomotive built by the Great Western Railway. We're going to show it running in analogue and digital. I did do a review in 2019 of exactly the same locomotive, but the track's changed and I'm now a lot more thorough. I hope you enjoy seeing this locomotive run, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is run this in analogue. So I turn the isolator, power on. I've got all the controller switches up to analogue. This is all analogue for the whole track. The analogue inner controls are off. That's analogue for a piece there, so let's see if it runs. No, it doesn't. So we have to do a reset. So what I have to do is I turn the isolator off, so I'm not putting any power to it to blow it up with the digital controller. I put everything to digital, which is this one here, all down, which digitalises the whole track. We turn the digital controller on with the power. You just can't see the Gaugemaster Prodigy, it's just out of camera view, switching it on. And it's 6021. So we've got this running. So we put loco 6021, enter. And there we go. Now to get it running in analogue, we've got to do a system reset. So we do CV 008, enter, 008, enter, and that's the system reset. So now it should work in digital. Analogue. Sorry, brain dead. So I turn the analogue digital controller off at the mains as well, because I don't want to blow anything up. I put everything up to analogue because I want to run it over the whole track. I turn the digital off there. I'll put the controller on and we should work. There you go. Running in analogue, and it is that simple. So we're going to show this running in analogue for a while at first, and then we're going to run it in digital. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do the Sidings test in analogue. And as I say, these are Peco insulfrog points. I like these King's Class locomotives because they've got a really heavy front bogie. It's probably got the most forgiving front bogie in my view of all the steam locomotives. And as you can see, in analogue it runs fine. And as I say, anybody who tells you you can't run digital locomotives in analogue, you're seeing for yourself. It runs really, really nice. Okay, here we are doing the radius 2 curve point sidings test, running in analogue. In my view, these Hornby King's Class are the most forgiving steam locomotives on the market. They've got a big heavy bogie. This is my view. There may be others that are better, or it might just be what they respond to on my track, but they're very, very forgiving. The facts you can see in front of you, 3 radius 2 curve points, all on the inner radius this loco is going. One thing I will add is I've put a Duchess drawbar on this to put a bit of a bigger gap between the tender and the loco. That's my personal choice, so I can see inside the cab. Did you have to put any extra power on to get it through?
No.
So no extra power needed to feed it to get it through. Really smooth, able to deal with the computer says yes, and the loco says yes. Anyway, we're going to run it in digital now. Thank you for watching. Okay, I've done this from a further distance so you can see more what is going on. So I want to run this in digital. First thing I do is I isolate this controller totally, because if you're running analog and digital and the power back feed, you're going to blow up your analog controller. The next thing I have is where the electrics I'll set on the right hand side, so I want to run the whole lot. That's neutral, like this. That's analog outer, analog inner. I want to run the whole lot as digital, so I've got all my droppers going here. So every part of the track here is digital, and that's digital. I leave that off because I only use that if I want to run an inner and outer loop, but everything is digital. That here is for the Hornby vent van. That's in a siding, and that only goes to that siding. So everything down back is digital. That's digital. So I'll turn the digital on with the mains plug. Turn it on here. Away we go. Now the loco, because I've done a system reset, is 003. So I go loco 003, enter. There you go. Now, what was the number on the side of the loco?
6021.
I want to put it as the actual number it is. So I do CV, it's a main track. No, I don't. I do program, main track. Enter, it's 003. I want it to be 6021, because that's the number of the loco. Enter. I've given it a new address. Loco 6021. Enter. There you go, and we're ready to go. As simple as that. What did that take me? 3 or 4 seconds? Thank you. Here's the loco going slowly. These are all Peco insulfrog points. Going past Oliver Cromwell. And there you could hear the brakes. And if we could proceed, please. And these are all Peco insulfrog points, and you can hear there's no braking power or sound. Here comes the loco, and you're going to see it go through the points crossover. Okay, here and just about now, the worst part of my track. Radius 2 curve, radius 2 onto a radius 2 curve, which a lot of locos will not do. As I've said, these King's class locomotives from Hornby are very, very forgiving. For once I'm using the correct carriages, Great Western Railway carriages with a Great Western Railway locomotive. Here comes the express. Okay, we're doing the digital sidings test now. It's a Gaugemaster Prodigy, speed step 128, Hornby TTS as we know, And what speed are we on?
20.
We're on 20, so the top speed's 128. We're taking it in at speed step 20. Over insulfrog points. There is no track between the insulfrog points. It's going from one point to another. Take it back, it's caught the engine shed. And drop it to 10. The reason it stopped then was because the engine shed on these King's class locomotives, I forgot to mention, the front of the loco does jut out a lot. But anyway, here we are, we're on speed step 10 of 128. Put it on 5, see if it actually moves. And this is insulfrog points, speed step 5. It is a little jerky if I'm honest, not because of power, because of water. That's not too bad, put it on 7. Speed step 7 of 128, put it on 10 please. Put it on 15. So if anybody says to you that digital locomotives do not run over insulfrog points, well, we really have. And if you can change it and take it forward again when it's gone through. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this locomotive run. Thank you for watching. And as I say, in my view, on my layout, I find these the most forgiving locomotives, except the front here on bends does jut out more than other locomotives. The engine shed where it stopped on this test, Duchesses, everything else were going fine, A3s, A1, A2s. So on a bend it does jut out. You can probably just see it now jutting out the front where the front buffers are. But it's faultless. It is absolutely faultless. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you.